Hi Nick, as someone who's heavily involved in a variety of tech startups, what's the single most common challenge you see these guys come up against?
It's not a straightforward question. I think most startups have many challenges and different challenges at different times in their lifespan. I think maybe I could probably list four that I come across most frequently. I think probably the first one is defining a product and a service that actually people want. And achieving that point where you have demonstrable proof that they actually do really need it. Even if they're not necessarily paying money, there's value there in the product. Second one I think is really important, is about getting the right people in the business, ideally as co-founders or as mentors or advisors. The third one is probably the whole area of funding and investment or ideally cash flow, because if you run out of money, you run out of money, and that's the end of the startup. And then I think once you've got those right, it's really around looking at how you get your business model in a way that actually is going to scale, such that you can prove that for every pound of investment made into the business, you get at least a pound back, and therefore it's scalable. Once you've got those right, your startup's up and running, and you have a business.
Okay. And you mentioned about funding there. Is there any advice you can give about the timing and process of gaining that initial seed funding?
I think that, again, is a difficult question. It's really sort of depends on the kind of startup you're in, how capital intensive it is, what the runway is to achieving cash flow is. And I think it's really requires a lot of thinking through of the particular situation of the company. So it could be, obviously if you can get grant funding, it's fantastic. If you can fund from cash flow, it's fantastic. Equity funding, it's important to take the right kind of funding at the right time and to be able to demonstrate at each stage that you are getting traction and you're achieving proof points.